Well, good morning. How are you? Today, walk, talk, meditation on, talk about, help me out, your comments. God has given me a bit of a scare today. That's the best way I can say it. So hang with me. As a friend, walking with another friend, let's just take a moment to enjoy. Of course, here's the dog. If you can't tell already from the low quality video production that I am absolutely known for, it's a little dark, and that's because it's a cloudy morning, and our sun, although seems to be up, there's the eastern quadrant. I am just amazed. Here we are at the 1st of June, and not amazed, but I always like to point out and to see for myself the change after the summer, what is that called? Not the equinox, what is that? Anyhow, it was just a little while ago that the sun was like coming up there, and now it's just, you can see that pole. I'm afraid I can't Photoshop that out for you today. Ooh, puppy's going a little fur. Oh, she's a cutie though. Look at that little girl. Got them long hairy legs. And all right, anyhow, thank you. I do hope that you are having a good day. Take a few minutes breath. Enjoy the scenery. It's beautiful. These poplar trees are huge, interspersed with some oak trees. Over there on the other side are some more. It's a beautiful place, and if you can't see the post there, this used to be a golf course, long abandoned. Me and the dog like to walk, and I'm really glad to have you along with me. Today, my meditation, sorry, I didn't mean to ramble. It's so hard to do these YouTube things. It's like, what, I got to keep your attention? But then again, that's not what this is about. I, in my devotions, opened it up to a verse that, paraphrased, to whom God has given much, much will be demanded. So let's just look at that as a paraphrase, as if you would just about say to like one another, man, if I given you a lot, there's a lot that you should be doing for me. Now the hard thing is if you're a believer and you know the Bible at all, we know that we cannot pay back God for what He's given us. And in fact, He makes it pretty emphatic. There's nothing we could do that would, what, affect His well-being. Yet except, though, to obey Him. And I know you're like, oh, obey. You know, like it's some kind of kid thing. Yeah, obey Him. And I don't obey Him just because He's, and though I should even know, because He's mighty and incredible and fantastic, and because He loves me. So I'm going to hang on my hook on the parental love. Got me? Yeah, there's some things that He wants me to do, but it's not for His good. It's His. I gotta get this bone. This dog, she needs to. Here, baby. Come on. She needs a little play. But that kind of parental love, and when it talks to me, it says to me, when it says, too much has been given, much will be demanded or required of, translations and such. But this is what gets me. I know that I've been given much. I know it. I know. And I'm not going to try to explain to you my blessings, because they're my blessings. And but I will tell you, for many of you who don't even maybe have a clue, they don't mean that they're monetary blessings and matter and stuff blessings. So for that, going on. So is there a feeling that I owe something? Well, maybe that's what I'm struggling with. But then again, let's look at it like if I was a soldier and I was a Peace Corps soldier. There you go, a Peace Corps soldier. And if I get my orders, I need to commit to them. And in my world, where God is the general, man, it sounds so stupid to say, I have total trust in his judgment on everything. So therefore, when he says something like this, I believe him, because it's the truth. Now I have to deal with it. So part of my dealing with it is talking it out right now with you. And part of that dealing with it means that I'm trying to get through my head, where exactly am I? Now, I'm not a young Christian. I've been about 34 years, and I've got a history, and boy, let me just put it like this. I got a history of working in the church, okay? Working in the church, working with church communities and such. All right. But that was in the past. What am I supposed to be doing right now? And one of the problems that I have is in this last 3 years, I am just like stagnant. I don't, I'm just stagnant. I have been given much, and I have been given talents, and yet, and even now, as I'm getting older, I don't feel like I have as much to offer, or as much energy as to go into the startup of some of those endeavors. And yet, even as I talk that out, it's like, man, you're talking myself out of something I haven't even started to do. So here's where it's at for me. Part of me goes, you know what? I get it. I'm all in, and I have, and I've known it, and I've gotten into it, and I've failed, and I didn't do, and I have done, but here I am right now, and I don't know what you want me to do. And then I carry some of that on my own self, because I am not doing anything. Go to church a little bit. I got some friends, things like that. I got friends in the neighborhood. Yeah, I'm not murdering anybody. I am what I am within my family. But is that enough? I mean, I know God has a calling for my life. I know God has a calling for yours. I mean, even if you haven't even accepted Christ in your life, He's always had a plan for you. And it's a great plan. And I'm not belittling going back on any of that. If you're hearing me at all, I'm longing to get back into it. So I'm speaking it out right, I guess. But for you who don't know Christ, that haven't, gotten the information yet that's gotten you together there, He does. He has a plan for your life. He says, plan for my life. I'm cool with it. I'm into it. I'm going at it. And whether it just be that I sit in a wheelchair, listen to me with all the love this has. If I sit in the wheelchair and point to the sky, letting everyone know that I know there's a God. That is satisfying enough. You hear me? That is satisfying enough. I am just going through this thing now. But for you that don't know this, He has a plan for your life. And it's a fantastic, fun trip. Now, I'm a bit older, so I can look back on some of the things that I've done with God, through God, and how many times I went ahead of Him. And oh man, it's an incredible roller coaster ride. But even now where I'm at, I can go ahead and sit back and, I hate to think that sit back. As a Christian, we shouldn't be like sitting back, should we? But knowing that He has a plan for my life, and that even now, as I'm struggling with this, I know He's going to answer me. I know He is. My trouble is that I know that I've got to be prepared. And there's something He's got planned for me that I don't think I'm prepared for, because He ain't brought it to me yet. Do you get me? I ain't found it because I ain't ready for it. And I got to have that patience. But I got to speak out like I am right now. And just like you should, ask God. Ask Him. Ask Him. If you don't understand the Christ, the whole thing that's going on with what God has done and what He's doing, just ask Him. Don't worry, I know. I've met so many people who have gone through the battles of this world and felt lost and are prideful. Oh my. I think the dog is onto a woodchuck. That's her purpose. Anyway, yep, oh, it's a rabbit. Yeah, you probably didn't see it. She would never hurt the rabbits anyways. She just thinks there's something to fun chase around. But I am going to lose her for the next 10 minutes as she sniffs every square inch that rabbit is in. Alright, I rambled enough. But you know what? Really appreciate you coming along. Love to see your comments. You know what? As a Christian, I say, hey, would you pray for me? Because I'm going to pray for you. Heavenly Father, I know you got a plan for our lives. And right now, people are along walking and really want to know what the plan is for our lives. And you reveal that slowly. And we got to have the patience. And already just having a chance to talk about it, remind myself that you are involved and you're in this. It isn't like it's not happening. But I really think that I want to say, I want to be involved. I want what you want. And I think my friends here would want it too. Well, you know what? God bless everyone. Shalom. Peace. Until the next time.